everybody. Welcome to Pro Tour 25th Anniversary Bingo. And we've got this guy.
Hey everybody, we're here for one of our favorite Pro Tour traditions, which is Pro Tour Bingo. And we've got Brian David Marshall, the Pro Tour historian himself.
Mr. Pro Tour. Can I call you that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. He's down for it.
I'm pretty chill, I think.
You're chill.
Okay, good.
So what we do is we make a Pro Tour bingo card. You can play along at home. And by the way, this Pro Tour is longer than most Pro Tours, so you have an extra chance to fill in your squares.
That's right.
It's longer than most Russian Orthodox marriage ceremonies.
Have you been to many?
Yeah, I actually have.
I believe that.
That seems about right. So let's talk about square number 1. Somebody tweets that they went undefeated, but their team lost.
Yeah, that is pretty much a staple of any team event.
Yeah.
You know, people will talk a lot about the camaraderie and the team spirit and how cool it is to play with their friends. But I think secretly, people just want to take shots at their friends, you know, when they go like 7-0 and they're like, oh, I went 7-0, but Meghan, she went 0-7.
Yes, that sounds like
we have a lot of Valley girls on the Pro Tour. Megan went 0-7.
I went 7-0.
I was actually imitating Oliver too there.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Yep. Our second square is the reverse, though, where someone tweets that they just completely busted at the tournament.
Right.
They performed horribly, but their team still carried
This
them.
is the BBD square, right?
Oh, for sure it is.
Yeah.
He's already been preemptively tweeting this.
Has he really?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so you can already mark that one in.
All right.
He's been tweeting about like what a terrible legacy deck he's going to play.
Oh, is he playing Legacy?
I guess so. I mean, who knows? Everyone's being super secretive about what format they're playing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
People aren't even saying what seats they're playing in?
No, absolutely.
Wow.
Okay, square number 3, Etherflux Reservoir 50 somebody to the face.
Yeah, this is a standard deck I'm super excited about. I want to see someone have a Psy Master Thopters, me making Thopters. I want to see someone have an Etherflux Reservoir and just paradoxical outcome all their things back to their hand and play them all again.
I don't think we're going to see anyone get 50'd, but I think we're going to see people attack with Thopters.
Okay.
Well, for sure we are going to see the
Yeah, I think
Thopters.
the Psy makes this deck really good, but I think it makes... I honestly think it makes
irrelevant?
the reservoir plan kind of irrelevant.
All right. That's a bold claim.
wow.
I
Hot
definitely got
take.
50'd by it the other day.
No lukewarm takes.
I thought for a second you were going to look at me and be like, no, you didn't. I did.
I'm saving that for the finale, Megan. Thanks.
Square number 4, Twitch chat gripes about buy a box promo. We could have just stopped this square at Twitch chat gripes, but then you'd fill it in within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 seconds?
5
So
seconds.
We're going for 5 seconds?
So we're talking about Nexus of Fate here,
Nexus
not
of Fate.
Watley.
Yeah, yes, not Watley. Sad to say, even though it would be cool to see Watley. So why are people going to
So
play this
basically, we're
card?
playing Watley or not.
Oh my god.
We're talking in this case about Nexus of Fate, which is the 7 mana instant take an extra turn effect.
So you like this card, right, Megan?
Yes, it is great.
What's going to happen with this card? Does anybody know? Why is it a thing?
I think it's going to be in control decks. I had someone, I was playing, I was spell slinging on Friday at GP Minneapolis, and someone was like, let's play standard. And I was like, okay. And I'm playing blue-white control, and they're playing Jeskai control. And I'm like, okay, at the end of my turn, I'll like Glimmer of Genius. And they're like, in response, I'll Nexus of Fate.
Wow.
Instant speed.
That's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
I mean, all you're looking for in control matches is something that, like, even if you don't get the time walk, forcing your opponent to tap their mana then
Yeah.
at the end of their turn, you get to untap and do something, land something. It's such a terrifying spell. And it's already gone 4 copies of in a 5-0 standard league.
Yeah.
Oh, has it?
Oh, absolutely.
And it's a fairy deck?
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe it's... So, actually, I don't know if it's in a fairy deck because all I saw was the screenshot someone complained about on Twitter that was just magnified like 100 times to just show 4 Nexus of Fate. That's all they really wanted to...
And people would complain because it's only available as a buy a box promo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is kind of a weird card.
Number 5. one that I'm not happy to say. Goblin
Agree.
Chain Whirler is still good.
Boo.
Boo. Get out of here.
I hope
we
the
had to put
square
it on
doesn't get
there.
marked.
But I hope that I agree. Do you know what? It's been on the decline.
It has.
On Magic Online.
I haven't played against it in quite a long time, actually.
That's right. Thank goodness.
Get outta
because
here.
it is the worst.
I'm done with you, Chain Whirler. You're on notice. I mean, you've been on notice, so you're past notice. I don't know what
It's
that
a
means.
monster.
You owe me a fine.
Here's the thing, though. Once
What?
you get to the Pro Tour, right? And
Yeah.
you guys both know this. It's not about being cute, right? It's not about like breaking the format. It's about just winning. There's $1 million. Like
I know, but
wait a minute.
know.
There's an
We know.
actual $1 million being given away. So like, if Goblin Chain Whirler just hasn't gotten bad, we're just talking about Master Thopterus. It's like, wow, that was a lot of really good work you did there, making those Thopter tokens. Good work, good job.
But what about this counterpoint? At the last Pro Tour, a team did try and break it. They did try and get cute, and guess what? They got punished.
Yeah, it's true. It's
So
true.
you're saying yes,
We're
Brian,
agreeing
you're
with
right
yeah.
there.
Like, okay, it's probably we're gonna see it because do you know what? It is good.
Yeah.
I can still be mad about that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's valid. Your
Absolutely.
anger is valid.
Nicol Bolas
Yeah.
will transform.
Ooh. We're of course talking about Nicol Bolas the Ravager, recent core set dragon buddy.
Corset Dragon Buddy transforming into Nicol Bolas the Arisen.
Ooh.
His spark has ignited and he is ready to 10 anything you've got in business. By the way, he doesn't kill Gulta. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Gulta has 12 toughness.
Nicol Bolas transforms and Galta's like, that's cute.
Gulta's like cute.
He's like, but it
I'm a
worked on
huge dinosaur.
Gigantosaur.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Yeah. I tried that. I know that because I tried to kill Gulta today. I mean, I didn't try. I just saw it and knew that I couldn't. And I was like, that seems like a flavor fail. Nicol Bolas can't deal with Gulta.
How much Nicol Bolas do you think we'll see at the Pro Tour?
You know what? That's a great question. I don't think it's going to be sky high. I think it will be present.
A standard match goes to time.
All right.
Okay, so this could, I think, very easily happen. We were just talking about Chain Whirler, but we haven't seen a lot of it recently. Maybe we'll see the resurgence of Chain Whirler. But like what are we talking about? We're talking about Nicol Bolas decks here. We're talking about Esper control decks, Teferi decks. We're talking about really slow games of Magic that are going to go to Chromium time.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the last standard GP I was at, I definitely watched multiple matches not complete game one.
That's right.
In
Yeah.
control mirrors.
Mike Sigrist,
Yes.
yeah, who made the top 8, had a round where he did not finish a single game of Magic.
I think the green deck, the Gulta deck, is the exception to this rule, but I think that for the most part, the other decks that we're thinking about as popular are definitely decks that are capable of doing this, and
All right.
only seen game one.
Our next one is a new modern deck makes waves.
Ooh, so what modern deck is going to happen? What's going to be the new?
Who knows?
Who knows what will be the new? That's a headline for Magic newspaper.
And this is like this is a hot take.
I mean, Clark Klein Ironworks does not count.
No, it does not count. KCI
It's won 2
at this point
tournaments.
is old news.
We're tired of you, KCI.
Get out of here, KCI. I'm talking about this is either like a twist on a deck that is already established, like
A big twist.
like a big twist that completely changes how the deck operates, or like something completely new, like
What's
humans level completely new.
What's an obscure modern deck that could do really well?
I mean, there's so many. Like you could say taking turns.
Taking
for
turns was
instance.
the one that came to mind for me.
Well, does Nexus of Fate?
Oh, it costs 7.
I know it costs 7, but it is an instant, so
That's
you
true.
can get into that fight at the end of their turn. I don't know. I don't know how well the mana develops for that deck. I haven't played taking turns, but
Yeah, I don't know about Nexus of Fate and taking turns, but like taking turns itself, if taking turns is there and like any sort of showing really of taking turns is
It would be definitely fringe.
yes.
I mean, you said makes waves. How about Merfolk actually does well at a tournament
Wow.
for like once
Sick
ever?
burn.
Corbin.
Sick burn on Merfolk.
No, not going to happen because humans
Yeah.
is the better merfolk. So there I said it. Fight me. It's true.
That deck has legs.
Legacy Lands makes the top 4.
This was your prediction.
I think Jarvis Yu.
Wow.
Is he play? Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know. I don't know. No, I don't know
guess
what
we
he's
can.
playing. That's a deck that he's played in the
Okay.
past, right? I'm just associating. I know nothing about what he's playing. I don't even know that he's playing Legacy.
Sure.
I assume he is, right? That's what his team wanted him to qualify for the Pro Tour for. And by the way, remember, he almost didn't qualified for the Pro Tour on tiebreakers. His team finished tied for 16th in the Pro Tour Team Series.
Really?
And he was not qualified. And it was like a real heartbreaker. Like it was like a tiebreaker situation. And then they extended the invitation down to include him. So I think it would be super cool for him to follow up on that with a top 4.
All right.
And so I think it could happen. I love that deck.
Lands is a very cool
It's just
deck.
like a super cool deck that is like so perpendicular to what everyone else is doing in a game of Magic.
Like in Legacy, there's nobody plays any lands except for Lands, which plays all lands.
All lands. Emrakul says hello.
Yeah, this is another Legacy.
Or modern.
Or it could potentially be a modern concession to Through the Breach. So we could see it happen in
Sneak and Show.
Sneak and Show.
We could see it happening Through the Breach.
We could see it happen in Grishel Brand.
What does Emrakul sound like when it says hello?
Ready?
That's a different interpretation. I'm taking it in a different direction, but I respect that.
Got a lot of sloopy tentacles.
Gross.
She does.
Gross and weird. But okay.
Sounds like if your spaghetti woke you up in the middle of the night because it had a bad dream.
Oh man, do you all
That
have
is
that
weird
issue?
sequencing. I'm usually the other way around. Spaghetti, then bad dream.
I was gonna say, or you wake the spaghetti up. You're like, wake up, spaghetti.
Hey, spaghetti, I need a midnight
Time
snack.
for a midnight snack.
Yeah, so this probably will happen. I mean, there's a bunch of decks that play this card, so we could see it.
Matt Nass combos off with KCI.
Again, we're just taking a shot in the
we're
dark
taking
as
a
to
shot
what
in
he's
the dark.
playing,
That
like which
seems-
format and which deck. But
I mean, Matt Nass has 3 straight GPs played this deck.
Yeah.
yeah.
And just done super well at each one of them.
Oh, you mean winning? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I guess it made one of the 3 he did.
that's certainly the that's why this is a bingo spot. You know, will he play that deck? Will he do well with the deck? There's some chance that Matt Nass is like also a legacy player. He might not even play modern.
Wow.
Right?
That's
Matt
crazy.
Nass, who it seems like right now he could wake up and decide that he wants to go top 8 of modern GP.
Yeah. Might not play
Might
modern.
not play
I
modern.
mean, it's possible.
Yeah, there's so many
What are
stories
we
like
doing?
that this
What
weekend.
are we doing this weekend, Brain? The same thing we do every weekend, Pinky. Top 8 of GP. Anyways, what about number 12?
Riley makes a silver joke. So the silver showcase is happening at the same time as this pro tour, or within it, or without. You know what I'm saying? It's happening alongside it.
Yeah.
And Riley is going to be like kind of hosting this silver showcase.
Yeah.
So
He's the hype man.
he's
I
the
believe.
silver showcase hype man, and we predict he will make some kind of silver joke or pun during the weekend.
This seems like a real
freebie.
center square material
Yeah.
right
I think
here.
he may even wear that joke on his sleeve.
Ooh,
Wow. What a prediction. Coming in next, a Silver Showcase player makes a deep run in the tournament, and you specifically think it's going to be Amaz.
I do.
BDM.
I think it's funny, right? So the other players who got invited, like the special invites to the special showcase, Brian Kibler, a Pro Tour champion, Stanislav Sivka, a Pro Tour champion, David Williams, someone who has Pro Tour top 8 experience, right? You would not be shocked to see any of those players making a deep run.
I don't know. Have you seen Brian Kibler's PT record?
Llanowar Elves is legal, and you both said Goblin Chain Whirler is in decline.
that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
All right, fair enough.
That's my case, and I'm sticking to it. But Amaz is someone who people just don't realize he plays a ton of Magic. I play against him all the time on Magic Online. I run into him I've run into him in the finals of multiple events, in standard queues, whatever. He's always playing. There was a point where he was, by ELO rating, the top Magic Online limited player. Mm-hmm. He's playing with 2 teammates, Brennan DeCandio and Tannen Grace, who really know this team trios format of standard modern legacy from the SCG Open Series, where they've had some success. Tannen and Jason are roommates going way back. They know each other super well, and you can't really discount chemistry in these team
absolutely
events.
not.
Yeah.
And Jason, very quietly, was 1 win off from the top 8 at a little event we like to call Grand Prix Minneapolis 2 days ago.
He's got some chops. So your prediction is in. You think he's going to make a deep run, potentially some top 4 material.
Yeah, or Stanislav Sivka, the Pro Tour champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. A Power 9 card is opened in the Silver Showcase. So they're opening Beta, Legends, and Arabian Nights, right?
The Silver Showcase Rochester draft is going to be 3 packs of Beta, 1 pack of Arabian Nights, 1 pack of Antiquities, and 1 pack of Legends.
So how does this work in a draft? Because, I mean, like, they're just putting them all out there.
They're going to Rochester, do a regular
all of
Rochester
that?
draft, but it's going to happen for 6 packs.
Okay, got it.
Instead of just 3
Sure. Okay.
per player.
But I got to tell you, I mean, did you see what got opened in Chiba?
Yes, it was nuts.
One player.
Got Black Lotus and Time Walk?
Black Lotus, Time Walk, and Tundra.
It's pretty good.
All right, you had your day in the sun. They really had their day in the sun.
They really did.
Which brings us to number 15. Speaking of that Silver Showcase Rochester draft, there is a Scheherazade sub-game in the Silver Showcase.
This is going to be a tough square.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
really
This is a
is.
tough square
hope
on your
it
bingo
happens.
card.
I mean, it has to be opened. Someone has to play it.
Yeah.
Someone has to cast it.
And it needs to happen. Yeah.
Can we allow the addition of a Karn new game into this square?
I think we have a Karn new game as its own square.
Oh,
later
sorry, man. That's
on. You
it.
spoiled it.
Oh no!
Spoiled it.
Do we have it as a new square?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Or we could have a turn 3 Karn. We could add that as 24.
Okay.
As turn 3 Karn.
Yeah.
Okay. So go on about this.
So
one.
we'll let people have a Karn liberated new game.
Okay,
Go
we're
into
counting
this.
in this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you
Any
don't
kinda
think that
new
this
game.
square is just like, you're like, this is too difficult. No, all right. We'll allow you either a Scheherazade subgame or a Karn new game in Modern.
Do you guys know about the Karnception?
What?
No.
So I know you sneer at my commander proclivities.
We do no such thing.
What?
We sneer at nothing.
You don't sneer.
Thank
But
you.
I
someone
When
might
have I
sneer.
When have I snored? Did you see me snorn? When have I snored?
Snored?
So past tense of
that the-
sneer.
Yeah.
But I have a Momir Vig deck, blue green, and I have Karn liberated in it. And the goal of this deck is to play like a 3 to 5 player game and kill each opponent in a separate Karn game. Because a game of Commander does not take long enough for me.
I wonder why people would
I wonder
sneer
why
at
I've
our
sneered
commander proclivities. I wonder why.
It's a mystery to us all.
Coming up next, we've got a prediction about one of the commentators in the booth.
Yeah, Paul Cheon is going to know what's happening before it happens.
So Paul's gonna have a psychic moment, or is he just that good, BDM?
Have you listened to Paul Cheon and Marshall Sutcliffe on the call for Yam Wing Chun's Hazaret play? It is so insane. The guy could have a 900 psychic phone number. Like, if you listen to that, that would be like his, have you listened to me predict exactly what's going to happen here at every turn?
1-900 Paul Cheon. Learn your
900
future.
Humph.
Yeah, 1-900 Humph.
Tell me my magic future.
Yeah,
Paul.
I think Paul Cheon is just absolutely fantastic. Not only is he just a super entertaining human being, but like his understanding of what's going on as it's happening and his willingness to go out there and just go, well, if he draws this will happen. It is borderline psychic to me.
Yeah, he's great.
Up next, we've got this has to do with the Pro Tour Cube, which is a cube that includes a copy of every card that has won a Pro Tour.
Every constructed card.
Every constructed card that has won a Pro Tour. And there are, so far, several missing dual lands. These are the only missing dual lands are Underground Sea, Bayou, Taiga, and, oh boy,
Yeah, boy.
Plateau.
Wow.
And your prediction is that one of them will be added to the Pro Tour Cube. They're going to win in the Legacy spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we could see, maybe like a Delver deck in Legacy.
That's true.
Do well and get Underground Sea
Into the Pro
finally
Tour Cube.
into that Pro Tour Cube.
Yeah.
This is a cube that's maintained by Eric Klug, the
Altar artist.
one of the great altar artists. All my Commander decks have Eric Klug altars.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He keeps this cube, and he really has. If you follow him on Twitter, as the Pro Tour is playing out, he'll like analyze the top 8. And he'll be like, here are all the cards that are in play to get into the cube. And it's also
Awesome.
a super fun cube to draft if you ever get the chance to do it. It's unbelievable.
Next, we've got 18. Maria talks about boggles.
Maria, you might as well already cross this one off because this is definitely going to happen.
How is this not center square?
This could be center square.
It very well could be. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously going to talk about it's my favorite deck in Modern, and I'm really hoping some teams bring it to the table, and I think they will because we talked about it on the show. Like, some players will need to take the edge where they can get it because they don't think they're one of the best teams in the room, and Boggles is a deck that can steal games.
I don't even understand that because it feels like when people say that somehow they're denigrating the deck. Like, oh, well, we don't think we're the best. Like, if you play that deck and you have the right, like Dmitry Budikov played that deck at the Magic Online Championship, was he somehow, to say he's not the best player in the room, he had the best read in the room.
I mean, it does take a good read.
That's a huge part of being the best player, right? When you talk to pros about preparing for a pro tour, it's all about the read. It's not about building the best deck. It's about finding the right weapon to bludgeon your opponents with.
Yeah. Next, we've got BDM talks about the first pro tour.
I'm never going to do it.
Oh, no!
You're just going to hose everybody playing our bingo?
You're the one who told us to put the square in there just so you could turn around and...
I think you will.
I probably will.
I'll be like,
Brutus
BDM
everybody.
on air. I'll be like, tell me about the first pro tour.
Well, I mean, it's the
BDM's gonna be
25th
like, no.
anniversary of Magic. And we've been having pro tours for 23 years.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a huge amount of nostalgia. A fair amount of players who played at that first pro tour who will be playing this weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was at that first pro tour. I didn't play. I was a judge.
You were?
I was. I had a store in New York, and I really wanted to be part of the event as more than a player. Although I did help build a deck that made Sunday at the first pro tour top 16. Though there was no topping. It was a cut to top 16 from day 1 to day 2.
Oh.
And they ran the top 16 on Sunday. And Nathan Wilgruby, who's a bartender in New York who played at Neutral Ground, we built a blue-white control deck based on the deck, and so he made top 16 of that event.
All right.
We built.
Cross that square off already.
Guess
what? You already did.
That is a center square.
Next we've got a pro who doesn't day 2 goes to Indianapolis.
So what's happening with this is that at Gen Con, they're going to do another beta draft. It's happening, and there's going to be qualifiers for that. And since a lot of the best players in the world are going to be at the Pro Tour, some people are thinking, well, now's my chance to spike it and get into that draft and crack something, really valuable. And so, why not just take the bus or the plane to Indy and see if it happens?
That's right. You scrub out on Friday, and you're like, it's okay. We're taking the overnight. Let's red eye.
It would have been super interesting to see what would have happened if this was not a team pro tour tied into the pro tour team
Like if people
series.
would have said, no, I'm not playing the Pro Tour, I'm going to go do that.
I think there are some people who would have absolutely jumped at the opportunity. You're never going to get this chance again. Maybe not until the 50th and not until the Golden Showcase. And Riley's golden jokes are a center square.
From now, 25 years from now.
But I think people certainly, if they were not beholden to their friends and to their 6-person teams in the Pro Tour Team Series, I think there are certainly people who would have taken the opportunity to open up 3 packs of beta.
Yeah.
I considered it. I considered skipping this Pro Tour to go to Gen Con. It's so cool.
It is really cool.
Absolutely. Next, we've got Marshall cracks a pack.
So if you know Marshall, you know that he does not like cracking packs unless he's doing it in a draft. So will it happen? I mean, there's got to be some
Maybe we've got an inside line.
Maybe something will happen. I don't know. Can't say.
I mean, Marshall will definitely crack a pack drafting.
Yeah, he will. On air.
But on air? Are we going to see Marshall on air crack a pack?
Maybe we'll just leave a really nice pack for him in the booth and be like, ooh, Marshall, I wonder if you could crack this.
There's a message for you inside that pack.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get it.
We hid it in there. We sealed it in. What do we got up next?
Up next, someone younger than Magic makes the top 4. Ooh. So anybody under 25, obviously, this will qualify you for this square. And there are chances Quinn Kiefer is playing in this Pro Tour. How old is he?
Quinn Kiefer's 13 years old.
Yeah.
His older brother Jack is also playing in the Pro Tour. He's 16 years old.
Wow.
Honestly, Wyatt Darby, who won the last Pro Tour, I think is like 23 or something like that.
Yeah, he might be.
Oliver Chu, very early 20s. Tons of
Noah
players.
Walker?
Noah
Yeah.
Walker. Noah Walker, by the way, a player who really knows his way around Legacy
Yes,
and knows his way
player.
around this format of
Yeah.
team trios from his experience on the Star City Games tour. So,
And he and Shaheen and Ely Cassis have been making like very nearly top fouring all of the most recent team events, whether it was limited or the constructed one. So he absolutely knows what's
maybe
going
we
on.
need to revise this to someone older than Magic.
We're talking about all the good people.
Someone twice as old as Magic, 50 or older. Yeah. So this,
Could someone be that old? Anyway.
Wow. Next, we've got a team that's never played together before this event makes the top 4.
Well, you guys have some insight into a team like this locally, right?
That's
Yes, we
right.
do.
Pirate boy Sam Eilenfeld just made gold this past weekend in Minneapolis, which
By
means
the way,
he is
congratulations to
suddenly,
him.
yes.
yeah,
That
absolutely.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I was so happy for him. We were hanging out with him in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And he was really bummed that he
He's
wasn't
been
going to
so
get to
close.
play
Yeah.
in his hometown Pro Tour. He
Yeah.
was so sad
Yeah.
about it. He was really like, I was like, oh no, maybe you could ask someone. I don't know. Like, I felt so bad for him.
He was asking how he could become the guide for Minneapolis.
Right.
He
Yeah,
just
he
wanted to
wanted
be
to be the guide.
involved.
Yeah.
So it's super cool. He ran over. He's like, Maria, guess what? I made gold. High five me. But the thing is, I've got to find a team.
Yeah.
Turns out he was able to do so with 2 other players who qualified for the Pro Tour this past weekend, and they've made a team of 3 people who have never played on a team together before, and also just qualified this past weekend.
And they're just one of many, right?
Yes.
There's going to be teams that it's people who are just sort of like, well, hey, I qualified, by just barely making, this status or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's, they're
It's
going
like, I won an RPTQ. Do you know how to play Legacy?
Well,
that.
we also saw all of this happen at Grand Prix Minneapolis. It doesn't mean there weren't players like this at Grand Prix Turin,
Exactly.
which was happening on
Absolutely.
the same weekend, or
Yeah.
even the Grand Prix
Chiba
the previous weekend.
before
Yeah.
at Sacramento, absolutely.
So if you're qualified, so you get there, right?
yeah.
But you don't know. Would you just come to the event
And just
and
be like,
try to find hands up, or try to find someone? I have heard that somebody who's on a team may have gotten suspended.
So they need a new
And
teammate.
so there might be a 2/3 team here where a player got suspended before
really?
the event. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's stuff like that can happen. Also, visa issues happen all
Yes.
the time
Yeah.
with players traveling internationally. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Next up, we've got a turn 3 Karn. Everyone's favorite modern phenomenon.
Oh boy. It's gonna happen, right? Natural Tron.
Yep.
what about someone beats someone who plays turn 3 Karn?
Ooh, I'll
Yeah,
accept
let's do
both
it.
answers
Yes.
for this.
You go turn 3 Karn and then you lose. You have to
Yes.
quit Magic, right? That's the law. Right? Don't you have to
If you play a
quit?
turn
You're
3
done.
Karn,
If you're like,
you
so,
quit Magic.
so you're a gold pro, right?
Okay.
You're gold pro. Like you're Sam Eilenfeld. You just
Yeah.
made gold. You play turn 3 Karn and you lose.
But what if
Shouldn't
it's
you
to
be-
burn? That's a bad matchup,
That doesn't
right?
matter. Does not matter. You played turn 3 Karn. You should be knocked down 1 level in the Players Club. You should go down to silver.
You're automatic. If you're like,
Yeah.
if you're a platinum pro and it happens to you, they're just like, I'm
Gold.
sorry.
I'm sorry, you're gold,
You're gold.
now. Deal with it.
Bronze.
Wow.
Yeah.
Last square is Simon doesn't laugh at one of Rich's jokes. This could also already probably be a free square because Simon.
Can we call this free square bingo?
Yeah,
this
like
is
so
just
many are
free
free
square
squares.
yeah.
Simon, he's a high class of humor that he will only laugh
Yes.
over a certain threshold of joke, and puns do not usually meet Simon's threshold.
joke threshold is
Yes,
very high.
Yes. But yeah, Simon will be hanging out with us at the desk this weekend, and I can assure you, I'll look over at some point and he'll just be like straight faced.
Should this be Simon laughs at Rich's joke?
Oh,
Wow.
maybe it should be.
All right, we'll swap it around.
Okay.
And then what do we count as a laugh? Is
I'll call it a smile.
Is a wry grin?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think that is going to be the maximum
Okay.
that we would see would be a wry grin.
Wow. So we're gonna have like Simon gives a smile or a wry grin.
Will we have to like? Can we Zapruder film like
Wait, what's that word that you just said?
a Zapruder film?
I don't even know what that means.
Well, Kennedy assassination.
What about it?
The Zapruder had footage of the Kennedy assassination, which was used in the trial
Okay.
where they tried the Kennedy assassination, where they tried to.
Oh, so we're gonna have to review the footage.
and they review the footage over
So
and
you're
over
just
again.
using a really long way to say review the footage.
No, I'm saying Zapruder film. Back and to the left.
My headphones fell off.
Oh man.
That would happen if you were shot in the head by a magic bullet,
God.
like Kennedy.
BDM, you cannot talk about the Kennedy assassination in this Pro Tour bingo video.
We're trying to make a nice Pro Tour bingo
We're trying to
video,
make a nice
and we're
Pro
ending with
Tour
the Kennedy
video.
assassination.
Not
What is
happening.
This? What is this?
Not
card?
happening.
We're all on a list.
Oh my gosh.
Well, there you have it. Your
Yeah.
Pro Tour bingo for Pro Tour 25th anniversary. Thanks so much for BDM for coming and hanging out with us.
My pleasure.
Giving us a history lesson in more ways than one, and helping us already mark off some of our squares.
So many history lessons. All right.
See you at the Pro Tour, everybody.